Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1329, and it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Today, Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and Matthews News. We got a couple of interesting news stories going on with the world and our culture, and it'll be interesting.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I talked to an interesting, millennial yesterday.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
She has worked in San Francisco at several dive bars, and she gets to work hard doing that. And a lot of guys tried to ask her out, but she said over and over again, I got a boyfriend, so I'm sorry. About
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm not interested. So we were discussing, because, well, as I'm walking my dog and she's walking hers, we were talking
Daily
about the whole
Podcast.
San Francisco bar culture.
Yeah!
And she said it was being swept up by techies. And that techies are rude, and actually that they don't go out that much. So the bars are kind of empty. But she said that constantly getting hit on by guys can be a little, well, you have your go-to I have a boyfriend thing, and then they go away. Well, she does have a boyfriend, so it works. So it wasn't like she was lying. But look who just walked in. I thought, yeah, what would I say? Would I be truthful? Would I be, no, I'm just not into you. What would I say? Hi, Mike, it's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
It's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
With all the women that hit on me, I'm just truthful. I'll tell them I'm married to Benita.
Oh, okay. But if you didn't have that, look who else walked in, you would have to be truthful and basically say, you ugly. You know, or something to that effect. Maybe be nice. No, maybe not.
Hi, Mike, I make the delicious root beer. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Anyway, the Cafe Anyway is where we are today. And I can't find my Anyway guy. Where's the Anyway guy?
Anyway.
There he is.
Mike, I am pouring you some delicious root beer.
Excellent. But I've never really been a guy that's had a lot of...
Here's today's podcast picture.
Well, I guess I do have a lot of podcast pictures. Today's podcast picture has to do with me and this guy who just walked into Cafe Anyway also. Wow, it's a free-for-all.
Hello there, Mike. It's Valentino, the parking attendant, and I don't have Bison Bentley with me today.
Oh, good. And you're in the cartoon with me today.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Spoons.
Yeah, those are interesting.
Uh-huh. Do you ever get the feeling that George Lopez probably just reeks of cigar smoke? He just smells like a big cigar.
What?
And I was also, so, Valentino, are you the type that get, well, it's, your name says it all. You probably do get hit on by a lot of women.
Yeah, they like the Valentino, and that I am a parking attendant.
Yeah, so you have access to all kinds of cars.
Exactly. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone that when they park their cars in the parking lot, you drive them around and take women out on dates?
Yeah, that'd be preferable if you did not mention that date.
Oh, okay. So what, I would think that after... So she said, you know, guys... She felt bad that she was rejecting guys, and she kind of felt bad that guys felt rejected after they'd been rejected. And I told her, well, you know, guys, we pretty much get used to that. The ones that get rejected a lot. And it's sort of like those people in Hollywood that are trying to get parts in movies or trying to get their script produced or what have you. You get used to rejection. But that's that's our world, that's our society, that's a topic for another day, maybe. Maybe you'd like to chime in on this topic. You can call me at 336-MM-DAILY, the phone number here for Cafe Anyway. Call at any time. Oh, someone's calling right now. Hello?
Hello, Mike. I wanted to tell you that I reject men all the time because they're always really ugly, the ones that want to go out with me.
You sound really hot. What's your name?
My name is Lamb.
Lamb?
No, Lamb.
Oh, okay. Hey, you sound cute. You want to go out sometime?
No, goodbye.
Oh, I need a good... Where's my dial tone sound effect? Oh, well, I didn't have one. Until now! I did that. I came up with that just now. You're welcome. I think I destroyed several mechanisms in order to create that sound effect, but I know you don't care. Because you're interested in the interesting news we have, and also the wonderful website that I have, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Oh, hey, we talked about on the last show, Lipitor leaders. Did we talk about the Lipitor leaders? And how there's so many leaders of the free world that are fat? And I want to tell you that maybe they became leaders because they got rejected a lot. What? Am I saying fat people get rejected? I know, because I have had issues with my weight, and yeah, we tend to get rejected. Or as bald guys, a lot of women they want the full head of hair. We get rejected, and you know what? We just live with it. We learn to live with that. I do find, though, that really good-looking people, the really, really good-looking people, as Zoolander said, have some, a little too much is given to them freely. Because we're just enamored with their good looks, and we want to just, oh, what can I get for you? Oh, can I get you a car? We want to give them anything, and so their life is so easy and I've had times in my life when life's been easy, and I realized, where's the challenge? Where's the life? Where's the living? There's so much in life that you have to put a little effort in, and you have to feel a little passion for. If you feel nothing, if you're drugged up, if you're medicated, which I think, a lot of good-looking people, they dabble in some drugs because they get it all, the drugs are just given to them freely. I have no proof to back this up, but still, I'm just saying, life, you have to feel life. You can't medicate yourself. You've got to experience it, and you've got to follow your passion. And that sounded like a bunch of crappy books that Oprah's probably told you to read, but Lipitor leaders of the free world are fat. Now, except for the guy in Canada. I want to now tell you about MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, that if you are going to buy any Oprah books, go through that Amazon link at Mike's. You remember when Amazon was just a book website? And if you would have bought shares of that back then, you would have been a winner today. Because you deserve to be a winner, because you probably championed books. And you're like, this Amazon thing is cool because it's all about selling books. And you bought shares in it, and bam, today they're like some of the biggest shares you can have. And you'd be stinking rich. So, in that sense, the book readers of the world, the bookworms, have been rewarded. And one more thing I'd like to say about books is that I really don't ever get to read them. I don't have time, but I would sure love to be one of the readers for Audible or any book. If you would like to hire me to read your book, I am here for the asking. You can ask me at 336-MM-DAILY or MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. There's links to my email, and there's also the podcast pictures. And you can help out the show. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, go through that link at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. That helps us out. And there's also the PayPal for, eek wink. Hey, let's get to the segment that we call
Matthews News.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
All right, well, President Trump he's the guy that everyone talks about all the time. He's very important.
I'm very important.
And he's got a lot going on. He's moving things fast.
We're moving things along, and we're moving them along fast.
Except for the part where he wants to build a wall. Because people are like, no, you're not building a wall with money. Republicans are saying, no, we're not spending. You said the people in Mexico were going to pay for this.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively.
You can almost hear it in that statement that he was thinking it through and going, wait a minute, what if the Mexicans don't pay for this wall? I'll have to build it, but I'll build it inexpensively. Well, President Trump plans to unveil a tax cut blueprint today that would apply a vastly reduced 15% business tax rate, not only to corporations like the Amazon, but also to companies that now pay taxes through the personal income tax code. That would be mom and pop businesses that own like their own real estate empire. Yeah. Do you know a lot of people like that? Ivanka was in Germany and she got booed. But I think that all goes back to Angela Merkel offering her hand out to Trump, and Trump saying to her, get that hand away.
Wrong.
Or, not shaking her hand. I think Germans took offense to that. Hey, you're not shaking our leader's hand. You suck, Trump. So they took it out on Ivanka, the beautiful Ivanka. And you know what? I don't know if I agree with that, but the package would also increase the standard deductions for individuals, providing a modest cut for middle-income people and simplifying the process of filing tax returns. The proposal is opposed by home builders and real estate agents who fear it would diminish the importance of the mortgage interest deduction, and it's likely to necessitate eliminating or curbing other popular deductions, a politically risky pursuit, said the New York Times. It's not clear whether the plan will include Mr. Trump's promised $1 trillion infrastructure program, but it will jettison a House Republican proposal to impose a substantial tax on imports known as border adjustment tax, which would have raised billions of dollars to help offset the cost of the cuts. With that decision, Mr. Trump acceded to pressure from retailers and conservative advocacy groups, but the move could deepen the challenge of passing a broad tax overhaul in Congress, where concern about the swelling federal deficit runs high. His plan would put off the difficult part of a tax overhaul, closing loopholes and increasing other taxes to limit the impact of tax cuts on the budget deficit. Also going on in our world, other than Trump, is the Air Force. They are going to test launch a nuclear tip capable intercontinental ballistic missile from our state of California. You're welcome. The scheduled trial of the Minuteman III comes amid rising tensions between the U.S. and North Korea, though an Air Force Global Strike Command spokeswoman said the event was planned roughly a year in advance. It has no link to North Korea, this according to The Hill. The Air Force said the launch would come from the Vandenberg Air Force Base. Well, see, when I lived in Southern California in the San Fernando Valley, I remember we were shopping at Ralph's. Does Albertsons own Ralph's now? Albertsons owns everything. Like I said last show, they're going to try and buy Whole Foods. And I remember us shopping at Ralph's. As we're going out into the parking lot, I look up in the sky, and there's this beautiful silver streak. It's like it's somebody scribbled with this beautiful silver and pink sparkly pen in the sky, and the sun setting. And my mom goes, oh, they must have launched a missile at Vandenberg Air Force Base. And you know how old I am. So this took place in the 70s. And they've been doing that ever since at Vandenberg. So they're going to do that today. The Minuteman launches are essential to verify the status of our national nuclear force and to demonstrate our national nuclear capabilities, said some military mucky-muck. Awesome. Hey, Bart, No, not that character on The Simpsons. Go! I'm talking about our Bay Area Rapid Transit. When I told you on the last show about those people that stormed 60, they're saying 60 teenagers ran onto the Oakland Coliseum BART platform. They jumped over the turnstiles. They ran in, got into a car, stole people's money, stole people's wallets, purses, and cell phones, and then ran off, and not a ding-dong-ding thing was done about it. That just shocks me. I was telling my mom, called her up on the phone yesterday, see how she was after her little accident with her leg. It's healing up, and she's been kind of immobilized for the past 2 months now. So working on getting that healed. So I called her up because I need to go see her in like June, and I was telling her this happened. She's like, what, did they do anything? I said, I don't know. And now I found out through McClatchy news people have come up with this story. They said BART police investigators Oakland BART police investigators have pored over video footage. They have interviewed witnesses, they've combed through social media chatter, and shared surveillance images of the suspects and other police agencies in an all-points bulletin. You know, this whole thing was filmed. There's cameras all over the BART cars, the BART station. But the one thing the transit agency did not do is, in the immediate aftermath of the mob robbery, is announce what had happened to riders and other members of the public and seek to enlist their help. This according to masstransitmag.com. The shocking crime occurred Saturday evening at 9:30. They got onto the platform. Robbers then fled after they stole people's stuff and scattered before two police officers who had been patrolling a rear parking lot at the station arrived minutes later. That's what miffs me. These people, these kids, had enough time to get into the BART car, steal money, even inflict some injury, and leave, and then the police officers showed up. What the hell? They've got, when you go when you get on, get down, get on. What I'm trying to say is, can you dig it? Can you dig it? Is there, you have to go past a person there in a booth, in a glass-infused booth. It's like they can't get out. They're in like a tube. And they see you, and they're supposed to keep an eye on everything. Well, 9 times out of 10, that person is sitting there watching something on their smartphone, not paying a frickin' attention, not even to 60 people running into the BART station, and then the police show up afterwards, after they're gone. It's ridiculous. And I've complained about BART before, about the prices keep going up. They keep putting measures on bills, on elections, where they tell us, hey, you've got to give us more money. Increase the taxes, will you? That'd be great, thanks. And the BARTs are always delayed, and the cars break down, and it's crap. It's crap. The cars, you walk into the cars, and they reek of urine. I walked into one time, there was vomit and urine all over the floor, and all the seats had been torn off of the... Yeah, I know. So I am not happy with BART. Thankfully, I have not had to ride BART in over 3 months. My roommate rides it every day. He almost got into this situation, as I was talking about on my last show, but he got a ride home and didn't have to deal with BART. Lucky him. BART communicates with its riders and the public at large in a number of ways. They got a website. I read something on Facebook. they got Twitter, but officials did not use those tools to notify the public until after the Chronicle, the big San Francisco paper, received a tip about the crime, not until Monday morning. It completely was not even talked about till Monday morning. Even the riders who were on the same train as the robbery victims, but on different cars, were not alerted as to why the train stopped for so long. What the hell? Ugh. Transit. The Bay Area Rapid Transit is messed up beyond belief. I'm going to run for office, and it's all going to be about totally firing everybody at BART. And then we'll privatize it, and we'll let the people run it, and then we'll see what real problems will emerge then. But I know we need BART. I'm just saying something's got to be done. I'm not the one with the answers, but this is just ridiculous. Okay. I would like to jump to a couple more stories real quick. One of them being about lettuce. And our epic drought ended, thankfully, finally. Even though there's going to be those idiots. Well, no, actually, there's still a drought going on. Shut up. I have all these plants in my backyard growing wildly because of all the rain. I should probably mow my lawn. But with the end of California's epic drought, it has cost farmers their bumper crop. The average customer person is going to have to pay a couple more bucks on their grocery bills. Leafy greens, cauliflower, and celery crops have been underwhelming this year. The reason for lettuce shortage, scientists are saying, is counterintuitive. After a decade-long drought finally broke and was followed by a warm winter, unusually rapid snow melt and heavy rains adversely affected the California crops, drowning plants and rendering many leafy green crops useless. The cost of a box of celery heads has tripled since February. Aw, that's so sad. Wah, 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 wah. Twitter, as we mentioned Twitter a little bit earlier, didn't we? I don't know. Ahead of their earnings call this week, they said that they plan to stream live video nonstop across their platform. They did something like that with the NFL games last September. It got 3.5 million unique viewers. However, it lost its chance to stream games over the 2017-2018 season to Amazon, which you can buy stuff through my website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, and help out the show. The idea behind always on video is that it will give Twitter many more chances to sell valuable 15 to 30 second unskippable video ads. That should help the company monetize its platform more effectively once the project takes off, and also make good use of the tech infrastructure that's proven that it can support a large audience for streaming content, according to The Next Web. I could care less. To that end, Twitter is considering hosting more sports content, including UFC coverage and sports highlight shows like The Rally. I guess maybe they'll get the sports fans. I'm not a sports fan. I don't know. But Bill Maher, by the way, speaking of television and things that are televised, he declared that the University of California at Berkeley is, quote, the cradle for effing babies. That was on Friday. This is slightly older news. But he made the remark after university officials rescinded an invitation for conservative author and commentator and often guest on his show, Ann Coulter, to speak on the campus, only to restore the invitation for a later date. She will, in fact, be speaking this Sproul Plaza this Thursday is where she will be. The rules of golf have changed. That limiting evidence that cannot. The rules are limiting evidence that cannot be reasonably seen by the naked eye, and reasonable judgment to determine a specific location when applying the rules. Yes, that made no sense. Anna Nordquist, very beautiful duffer. She lost the championship, some say, because of the naked eye standard when a player unknowingly brushes several grains of sand while taking a backswing. And that the ball more than once in the course of a single stroke, if it's struck. I don't play golf. I don't know what any of this means. Finally, Samsung's facial recognition unlock lets you activate your new Galaxy S8 just by looking at it. But it could be more than 4 years before it's secure enough to be used by Samsung Pay. Today, fingerprint readers, and in Samsung's case, the iris scanner secure mobile payment services. Face unlock, on the other hand, has been reportedly fooled by photographs, making facial recognition a way to authenticate mobile payments. Could be more convenient than both the iris scanner and the fingerprint reader. In order for facial recognition to be solely used for financial transactions, it would take more than 4 years, considering the current camera and deep learning technology levels. Aw. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcaster Valley. This article from CNET says, when in doubt, you can always use your tried and true fingerprint instead. Or maybe not even use the Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, Android Pay, Samsung. I could care less about those pays. I will just give you my credit card. And I would give it to Ivanka Trump. Would you like it? Here, Ivanka, take it. What? You're rejecting me? You're saying no? You've got a boyfriend? You've got a husband, in fact. Oh, okay. Well, maybe you'll boo me. I don't care. I'm done with this show. I must be in transit. I have to leave. Because I've got to make way for some other podcast you're going to listen to next. That'll be exciting and informative, hopefully. Next show, it will be the wonderful Madame Rootabega and Valentino. And Bison Bentley. Valentino will be back. It'll be wonderful.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!